Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. Now, part of the so much more that I do is that I create these, I make these videos to put out there that are for each astrological sign, and they're either monthly and or weekly. So I'm up to doing the weekly ones now for the month of June. So this one is for the sign of Libra for the second week of June. So it's the 9th that I put out videos, Libra's videos and messages every week. So it's, and like I say, this is a weekly one. And at the end of the month, the last week of the month, I'll put out the monthly ones, okay, for each sign. So check in the description box below which you know, just if you forget which day you are, it's in the description box below. I just want to take this opportunity also to thank all you Librans out there who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support in helping me to grow it. It helps me to grow it and put out the messages there, and YouTube recognize that. So yeah, when as I build my channel, and they just like spread it out a little bit more, and more people are able to you know, connect with, and if they resonate with me and the messages that I put out. So thank you once again. So, and I'd also like to take this opportunity to invite those of you who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel to do that either now or after the video. And there's a button, a subscription button down below, I think. Yeah, down below. And or if you've watched this on my, come across this video and watched it on my Facebook page, yeah, feel free to like and or follow that page as well. The other thing is that these reads are general reads, the energy forecasts that come through for each sign. So just, you know, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. The other thing is, you know, because sometimes, because the thing is, like, these are forecasts, so it may not unfold for you the story that's that comes out from this session, and until next week or in a couple of days. So some of you may actually already have an intuitive inkling about, you know, what could unfold. So this could be, you know, clarification for you in order to prepare for something, you know, within or without of you, okay, in the future. The other thing is, like, sometimes, you know, it may not fully, if it doesn't fully resonate with you, check out your other signs, okay? So this is, you know, suitable for Libra and Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus if you're watching for either one of those signs. If you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link to, in the description box below, to a website that has a calculator on there, and it's free, so you can, you know, find out what other signs you are linked to give you a little bit more comprehensive message or messages to for if this one doesn't quite fit, or if you just wanted to check out what your other ones say at the end of the day, something like you might be wanting to find out more about your personality, emotion, soul, and or love life, okay, on a more specific level. Anyway, also yeah, so if you do want to book a reading, by the way, while I remember, yeah, my details are in the description box below, okay? Anyway, we'll get on to it. So these readings, or this session this month, and they have been for a little while, winding up to more of healing energy. So, and it's not to say there wasn't any healing energy that was coming up for, or out from the, or in the other sessions before that I've done, and was as with other people, because there is usually the energy there that has an element of healing in there. But these ones lately, and this time, it's like they're focusing, Spirit are focusing more on a, this month, of bringing through some other tools that can help you through this, like the full moon energy and this eclipse and other full moon energies as well. But in particular, this one for some reason, because it's like for now. But like I say, this might resonate with you like in a year time, or in, you know, a week or so, where this message may be more pertinent for you then. Okay, so now one of the ways that they're bringing through the healing energy is through these crystal spirit oracle, these cards here. So if you don't have the crystals, any of the crystals, or can't get a hold of them around you, and you don't want to buy anymore, but just go on to Google. I mean, obviously having them in your hand and right beside you or in front of you or whatever, or close to you, is a lot more intense and a lot stronger and nicer as well. But we are energetic beings and they have energy, so we can like look into it and feel into it. So Google it. There are some websites and some, you know, people have posted up some really nice images that you can channel into and or tune into and feel into the energy of what these crystals have to offer. So the first one that came out, so I've shuffled these because and pulled some out, or actually I don't pull them, I shuffle, and whatever flips out is the card. That's how I like to do it. I like to do it like spontaneously and impulsively like that. It is, instead of choosing it, or you know, sometimes I will like choose it through feeling if it feels right on saying that. However, these ones have all like flipped out. The first one out is Lemurian quartz. So this crystal may be helpful for you as you go through this next month or next week or next month, okay? So Lemurian quartz crystals are a wonderful tool to use when clearing and activating the chakras. And they are amazing. They have an amazing healing within them in the sense to help remove all types of energy blockages. You can use Lemurian quartz crystal for healing and meditation work. I'm just kind of like, these are just brief benefits of what what these crystals are good for. So you may not fully get it right now, and you may actually get it. That might be spot on for you. But if you want to have a deeper look at it, Google it. So these are just some notes that I've Googled and put together. Of what each crystal has got for you, rather than reading out of the book, because I just kind of feel like I'm more drawn to give some basic general healing benefits from it and from each crystal. So this one is number 31 in the deck, and so 3 is about finding balance and 1 is about new beginning. So there's something about a new beginning, and a new beginning in the sense of maybe a new beginning of knowing you. Because 1 is all about new beginnings. Okay, there's something about new beginnings. It's like the key word at the moment. And being one with all. And okay, it's about how we're looking and feeling within ourselves, and being one with everything, but it be life or death, learning, about that being and knowing where that whole being and knowing you, basically. Okay, so there's like a step towards more of that knowing of being one with whatever has been going on with you, or whatever you've been working through in your life with that one, which brings it to another part of you that you've understand about you and how you respond or perceive things, basically. So the next card that came out is Amazonite. And it's number 2 in the deck. And Amazonite is around, number 2 is about relationships. So either bringing someone into a relationship, and it could be a partnership or a friend, or someone into your space of some sort. Could be in your workspace, in your home space, or a flatmate like that as per se, or a new work colleague. Whatever that means for you. And it's also about how we relate to others and them to us, basically. So Amazonite has healing powers to help with physical ailments, emotional issues, and in energy healing and chakra balancing. So therapies are primarily associated with filtering out stresses, healing traumas, and soothing energies in the home and workplace. Okay, so. And I just want to say, it's maybe not that you have to get the whole lot of these crystals. It's more, like everything, it's what feels, resonates with you, basically. So the next one is black tourmaline. I love all of these crystals, but I do really love this one. So there is black tourmaline. It's number 10 in the deck. And once again, there's that 1 there about, a new beginning. And then there's the 0 with about a God force energy. So, it's back to the beginning of a new homecoming, or back to the beginning of a new cycle of something else. The beginning of a cycle of the next phase, basically, is what the 0 is about, which is the 1 as well. So there's that there. So there's definitely lots of new beginnings. So anyway, Amazonite, hang on, what I've got, black tourmaline I'm up to now, sorry. Black tourmaline aids in the removal of negative energies within a person or a space. It will help cleanse and purify and transform dense energy into lighter vibration. It's a popular metaphysical stone, and it's also great for grounding. It balances, harmonizes, and protects all of the chakras. So that is a really nice, that's a really awesome all-rounder crystal, that one. Or stone, however you choose to look at them. I'm just going to pop them up there. I was going to make some other sort of like little wooden ones, but it's like I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, or getting distracted actually. And anyway, then we have the fourth card out, because it's and this one here is the blue. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, but I'm going to pronounce it this way, or chalcedony. Okay, it probably isn't like that, but anyway, that's the way I'm going to pronounce it. Anyway, so this one relieves hostility and irritability. It promotes feelings of kindness and compassion. Just as the gentle lapping of the calm blue ocean on the shore, it promotes balance and healing. The stone brings your emotions to a balanced state when used in conscious direction. So it's, you know, it's great for promoting a sense of peace and joy. Okay, awesome. So and that is number 11. And so there's like definitely somewhere along the line, there obviously is some really like going into some new beginnings, because there's a lot of ones in there. Okay, and you know, about finding balance, and probably to do with relationships. And part of that is not just relationships with other people, it's our relationship with ourselves as well, just saying. So anyway, I'm just going to do some, bring, you know, some cards out for with the tarot. And the first one out is Seven of Cups, is daydreams. So daydreams, okay. So some of you may be, you know, like maybe holding off on some daydreams or passion things that you've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and you haven't been able to do it, or maybe feeling you haven't been able to do it. And so it's like, and you know, that's why where these crystals have, and there may be still something going on there with you this week, or maybe in the next week or so, with this energy that's been, you know, that's pulling out stuff and bringing out stuff for you to look at. Not necessarily always like negative stuff either. There's some good things that Spirit will bring out and like help you to identify, and if it's not so good, they'll help you look, well, you might be thinking it's not so great, but it's helping you to look behind that to find the good in it as well. So there's, you know, so don't always necessarily push everything away like as a negative thing. Explore that and look in it and find the good in it, because it's brought something good out in you, and that you may have, in the sense like, okay, I'm hearing the word accomplished through getting through a situation or experience in your lifetime to how you've got to where you are. It just may be that you maybe reacting to it in a way that is probably non-productive. Okay, in the sense, it may not bring you out a really good outcome because of the emotional energy that, and the through thoughts and feelings that you have about something, okay, or some things, which really comes back to us, that we've got to figure out a way to cut through our own bullshit really and see it for what it really is. Take responsibility for our shit, and you know, and not take responsibility for others, okay, and keeping away from drama, identifying like what drama is. Sometimes actually, you know, we can get accidentally caught up in it, and before we know it, it's like, damn, that was like, that's so not what I'm about anymore, or that's so not what I'm about. And so you're identifying it and you pull yourself away. So there could be something like, or some things like that, where it's like, okay, because you've outgrown that, you've figured it out for yourself, and it probably never really has fit with you before anyway. And it's like, but it's like I say, we accidentally get drawn into it, and it's like, fudge. Anyway, so these, so the thing is, there are, and that's where they're going with the Seven of Cups. So where they're going with it, so there may be things, you know, like that have stopped you or slowed you from accomplishing some, you know, dreams or daydreams, or dreams or visions about, you know, in the future. And some of you may have been so tired or so lost in it all that you have just sat on the bench and just kept daydreaming about it. So it's time to take some action to make those daydreams happen. Now, the next two cards that fell out, that came out with a shuffling there, is the Judgment card, and that the theme around the Judgment card is resurrection and resolution. So And then the other card is the Queen of Swords. And this Queen of Swords is, is about suffering with dignity and resignation. So what I'm getting with that, with the Judgment, it's like sometimes there's some sort of freedom. You end up, it's like, it's about freeing yourself from all that stuff to get yourself going. Because when you get yourself going and you start taking action towards what it is that you want to be, do, have, or give in your life, and achieve in your life, it's like things start to open up. The doors start to open up, but we've got to be in our own space and start really super listening to our intuition, to our inner knowing, to our higher conscious being, and that knowing of, and start listening to it more. And you'll start to notice how more freer you are when you don't allow yourself to get caught up in your own bullshit and other people's bullshit. It's quite interesting that, okay, because I wasn't actually going to say that word, but anyway, it came out. So the other side of that too is there's the sense of vulnerability. Sometimes when we go to set ourselves free, it's like, what is happening? And then when we choose to go in a direction, or choose to go against the grain, you could say, or the norm, and it's like there's a sense of, in a way, a sense of vulnerability, like how do I explain that? You might feel like you leave the door open for people to pick on you, or to criticize you, or about what you're doing, your choices that you make, and that sort of thing, and how you do it. But it's like, this is how you do it, and this is how, and that's how you do it. That's how it rolls for you. And it's not about being arrogant, or being an a-hole about it. It's just like, and it's, if you're going that way, then it's, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's not going to be a good outcome for you. So the idea is to do it with love, peace, harmony, and joy. And it may seem to others that you're being arrogant. So, but if you are really doing that, it's probably not a good idea. So it's like, having a look at that. If you've, but it's like, yeah, okay, for them to do that, some of you maybe, okay. That's where the balance may be coming, is like exploring that, which way, or you may be thinking about it. Am I being arrogant, or in the sense of like go back and forth? So this is where I feel like this Queen of Swords comes in with that, because she overthinks things and that sort of thing. The swords are typically over, like have a lot about thoughts, and maybe overthinking things about what's going on in life, and where I'm feeling like that may be about this, but here about freeing yourself. And because it's about communication as well, it's also about making decisions and asserting your power. So there may be something where that's, you feel like you may be feeling held back because of what you may be thinking about, what others might be thinking about you, or what you do, or whatever, and that sort of thing. So there seems to be like a coming out sort of a thing, or setting yourself free from that, and then doing what the frack you want to do and how you want to do it. Because it's like it's just like what I do. Not all readers read like me. I'm not specifically a tarot reader. I'm more of an oracle reader, really, but and I read the tarot the way I read it, okay, not how some true blue tarot readers read them, okay. So it's more of an intuitive sort of way that I read them, as well as the general theme, what's going on with it, what each card means anyway. But sometimes it's got to bring your own flavor in it as well, which is what they all do anyhow, okay. So there's something like that that's kind of going on with you. But the Queen of Swords, like, she's sitting in her throne. It's like, I feel like she's like feeling grounded, because at the her feet are on this beautiful red pillow, and she's more in control of her thoughts and her thoughts about what she's going to do, how she's going to do it, and and how she's asserting her power. Because I'm feeling like her asserting her power and making decisions is kind of like where they're going with that one, okay. So it's setting yourself free to allow yourself to make some decisions in where you want to go, because the Queen, she's, so you can, or bringing in that Queen energy where you're taking power and control. This is your life, okay? And like, this is your throne, basically, and they're your thoughts. They're your thoughts, not anybody else's. That and it's going back to that, okay? Whoa. And then we have the next two cards that fell out is the Three of Wands and the Two of Swords. So the Three of Wands is about a completion of a first phase. So there's some sort of action that you've taken or you're going to take. And there may be some tension and anxiety is about the Two of Swords. So there may be some indecision about where to go now, okay? With the first three phases that you've completed. So I'm feeling like, because the Three of Wands came at first, it's like tells me that some of you have already put it out there or put something out there, and you've like tootled along, and you've got to this place where maybe somebody might say something or do something, and it makes you rethink things, or and maybe another opportunity comes up that makes you reevaluate something that you're working on. It could be a project, a new job, or something with a relationship where you've thought about, where is this going? How is this looking? And, whatever it is for you, as well as like something in your business, or a job. Okay. So some of you, there's some definite changes in there, but you've already started like doing some research or put an application form in, or, looked at a contract, or pushing yourself and promoting yourself a bit more, or if you're in a business, or just going in your head. It could be for work, looking at a promotion or shifting around within a company. Or in business, it could be something like even like studying, that you're looking at studying or learning a new skill, where you're thinking, oh, maybe I might not do that, and so you may be rethinking it, and it's like, I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in, blah blah blah, or just doing something else. It could be that you're learning a whole new job, or walking into a whole new job, and you may be doing a part-time business, part-time job, or something like that, or full-time job, part-time business. Sideline, but it's like there was a little bit of tension, anxiety there, and it could be even like some of you maybe like moving at a home, or looking at moving from home, but it's like, and that's where these daydreams are coming in, because I feel like this is centered around the daydreams or the visions, the goals that you may have had and you haven't fully committed to yet, or you've partially committed, or you've gone getting there, but it's time to get off the bench again, okay, and take some action towards achieving what it is that you want to achieve in your lifetime, or in this next phase. So because there's some new phase, so it's like some of you feel like you may be like creating, in already in this phase of creating something, from the something else ending. Cool. It's like cool bananas. Anyway, so there's a lot of energy there for you to move into and utilize these crystals to help you push through, or walk through, wander through, float through with whatever is going on with you, okay? And like I say, not all of them, you may not be cool to have all of them around you, because they have similar but some different, but they all like complement each other in order to bring about I suppose a fullness of movement and shifting in this next week or next month. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you now, Libra, because everything's just gone blah, 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 and like it's happening. So that is what I feel like could be happening. Everything is like when we let things go, or we start to, shift our perspective, everything just happens. Before you know it, because you've already consciously put out something. Well, that's assuming you have already consciously put out something, which I feel a lot of you have. And then once we start to shift things into more of and make decisions, let stuff go, bring stuff in, and that sort of thing. Everything starts to align up, okay, and then we can take the next step or next steps, or where we in whatever direction is needed to go for us, okay, or for you. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to leave that there now, and I'm going to leave you lots of love, and we are actually going to send you lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure, and we shall see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.